end, you have to just be, you know, progressing all four. It's like they were trying to win off elimination.
I mean, we already saw Mental earlier on in the tournament with play of the event of 1v4 clutch on his home hill. I mean, the guy can do absolutely everything, but map number 1 underway. Vasgar, of course. And we're going to kick things off on board with NRG. The one thing I will say quickly is NRG have proven they are human. With a loss here at the event, maybe that could instill a little bit of extra confidence for Mesa. Round number 1 would be a huge confidence boost if they're able to take it.
This is going to set our tone for the whole weekend, Ben. This is single elimination. Yep. 2 of our top 4 teams in Gears Esports playing for top 4. Guaranteed top 8 already. This matchup, and as you see, both teams fighting for this A hill for control, but it's multiple Mazer members of the area. They have the man advantage. They just have to put out the damage and get the first blood, and they're gonna get 2 kills. Summons might get caught off guard. Can he take one to the grave? Yes, he can. Can he make it 2?
Almost. Unfortunately, not. Explosive. A little bit caught there on the staircase, but either way, it's NRG with a 2-to-1 hill advantage. C will be decapped. Will they stay? It looks as if Mesa, yep, they're committed. However, the challenge comes through. It's explosive, exclusive, ready and waiting. The reinforcements coming. Mental will be one of them. Summons off spawn as well. Exclusive more than happy, though, to try and stay. Again, support of a couple of teammates there. Lava being one of them. Good shots coming out, and for now, at least, it's a neutral.
It's a flank on Sneak. He has 2 players chasing him. He's going to wrap around and just go shoot to B. Not even choosing to engage, but choosing to be a nuisance to the side of NRG. He said in an interview, just don't get team wiped. Just stay alive, and that's a beautiful rotation for Sneak. NRG, they pick up the kills. They should get the C hill, which is their home hill, but multiple members are about to spawn up on Mazer.
The big question for me now is, what does Sneak do? Number 3 on the minimap. Of course, he made that good play, rotated over towards B, decapped and capped himself. He may have a pretty important 1v1 that he might want to try and force against Explosive, but he does have teammates coming, one of which is Exclusive. Now recognizing the 2v2 situation, Sneak again really in such a good spot to try and make the play. For now, Mesa hanging on to just 1 hill. The score extremely close, as you would expect in a game of this caliber. 153 to 144, and finally the push. The assault over towards A is coming. Praise is there to defend. Mental has the support as well. Praise staying alive, but it looks as if Mesa may break.
And they get this break indeed. Mental in the mix. He finally goes down, and that play that Sneak made still a huge factor. The push for the trip cap domination is NRG saying we don't want to invest too many spawns. We'll see if they want to come up. They have the lead. Of course they're going to invest the spawn. So all 3 members spawn up. All 5 members are NRG are on the map.
Hezzy could have made that interesting there if he was able to stay alive at sea a little bit longer, but 28 seconds, and it will be Mesa that take round number 1. The score still extremely close. So for now, it comes down to how do Mesa want to play it? Set up on a 2-to-1 hill advantage and just take the fight to NRG, or maybe play the rotation game, which seems like that could potentially not have been the game plan, but Solar's just running through Mesa.
This was a 3v2 advantage for Mazer on this hill, and Solars went huge to get this one back. In the last and final minutes, the COG team just need 1 hill. They are fortified at the A hill. It is a 4v4 fight. Can they get the kills? They find explosives. They find summons and Solars.
But there's more. There's more. Lava still with a lot of work to do.
The decap comes through.
How quickly can they cap it? B's also been decapped. What's the tick gonna be?
The elimination is the win condition, Benson. Mazer gets round 1, and that's how I like to start this off.
And that was important because what the Deaths talked about, what we talked about, is Mazer playing their game, staying disciplined, and clutching up in those crucial moments where NRG, traditionally at least, will take that fight and they'll win it. They'll win it consistently. That time, though, they say, no, we understand our win condition. We lose a couple of plays, but that's fine. Stay cool, calm, and composed. Post up on our home hill. Force them to come to us, and as you said, they kill everyone on NRG.
I will say at some point it did feel like NRG kind of wanted to hold some respawns, because on a map like Vasgar, with it being like a counterclockwise rotation and not a strong center line, sometimes teams are a little bit more unsure. Can we win this one? Can we out-rotate them? Where exactly are all these players on the map? So we sometimes see these squads invest a few more, and you're looking at the counter. NRG, they're looking good. A lot of 4s and 3s. It was more so on the Mazer side
that's
where
they
invested
scary.
a lot. Hezzy and Mortifies need to be careful in these next 2 rounds.
Of course, you do win the round, you invest a lot of respawns in, so at least that goes your way.
And so what I love that they just did right here, they said we recognize that we have a few low respawns, so let's stack up 4-man pushes to make sure that we do have a man advantage and we can cap some hills and play at our pace.
It's important, though, to allow the players, with a couple more lives to lead the charge. Unfortunately, exclusive will go down. Mortifies is there. He finds one. That's praised. He may be feeling confident here, but he's run into 3 different players of NRG. There's confidence and there's delusional confidence. That may have been the latter, as now Lava's left with a lot of work to do. Can he scramble away? Well, he's going to take summons down to the grave with him. The down inevitable. And I don't think Sneak's in a position to assist just yet, so Lava will be cleaned up as NRG surge towards
Big
Mason.
kill right here on Mental because he's a little overzealous, but he has help from his duo, the MVP duo right there.
And one small intricate thing that NRG do, they didn't clean up Lava. They forced him to end his own life, just buying themselves extra little time. And that extra little time, as we saw in round number 1, can make all the difference.
It definitely can. And I thought Mazer, they had a solid setup at that C hill. They were just they were just too far pressed forward. When you cap that C hill, as long as you can get the Lancers out, it can be very difficult to break. But Mazer recognized that, hey, we're gonna just wait for everybody to spawn. No, actually, they're not gonna look at it.
Yeah.
They have 3 players saying we're going to protect our lives because we recognize that we did a little too much in the first round, but they make a decision as a unit to come into the game now. They can't spawn up anymore. They need to commit to winning this round now.
All exclusive goes down. He's instantly picked up. Morty's exclusive and Hezi all down to just 1 respawn left. So you expected this fight isn't one, it would be an eco, but the fight goes their way. Solar's left scrambling away with his tail between his legs, but in flies Praise. There's 1, there's 2 for Praise. He may look for number 3 as well. Exclusive has to value his life a little bit as Praise goes for the decap. This round
he got it?
Should be over. Praise trying to find the 3rd, and there it is. His teammates fall, but it's no issue for him. 8 elims, 3 deaths. NRG will tie this up.
We can see Solar's on our screen looking cool, calm and collected as Praise was clutching up right there. Yeah, getting it done. Now, and that after Praise doing that, that's so demoralizing to Mazer because they knew that it was a risk to spawn up and it'll look good to start off, but they let him get behind enemy lines and he put on the clinic. Sneak is just going to salute him for the round. Just
a little smile. Absolutely.
Give them respect for it, and that's what you got to do when you got to concede some of these, especially playing a team like NRG.
He stayed alive as long as he could, but recognizing after Praise makes that play, the round is well and truly over. Map tied 1-1, and as you would expect, big smiles there on the face of NRG.
Now, what I want to see, Mazer, they need a nice quick one. They need a round, maybe a win off elimination or early trip cap domination.
So here's where you brought up a fantastic point yesterday. If Mazer lose this opening, it's almost maybe more beneficial to just eco the round completely, right? It's one of those situations where you have to keep your ego in check, I feel. You don't want your live count to be so low going into the final round of the half, where maybe it's more beneficial to concede round 3 to try and tie things up at the half.
Okay, so it's looking like Mazer's going to prioritize the Marxa. NRG prioritizing a Retro Lancer. We know that's going to be an exclusives and explosives hand when it comes down to utilizing those weapons. And actually, I take that back. Summons is going to have the Retro Lancer in his hand. Yeah, let's see what they can do with it. Though we know those weapons put out a lot of damage.
For me, it's the first few kills really going to dictate the entire tempo here of round number 3.
And for our new viewers out there, when it comes down to the Retro Lancer, think Assault Rifle versus AK. It has that kick, but it puts out a lot of damage. And then when it comes down to the Marxa, think Assault Rifle versus the DMR.
Puts out a lot of damage as well.
Gets those headshots from afar, right?
Sure does. In certain players' hands, it's lethal as exclusive. And the boys start wrapping around. B-Hill will be capped, but NRG respond in tune. They rotate. Happy to play this game. 3 players over towards A. And I mean, Mazer, you can play Ring Around the Rosie, but unfortunately, unless you actually do catch anyone from NRG, they would win this round. 2-1 hill advantage in their favor. And as exclusive just found the angle, well, someone's just going to know about it.
And right here in this situation, I love the Wolfpack and out of Mazer. They recognize that they can't play this round wildly like they did within the first 2. Right. They have to win it cleanly off that domination and force 2 fights at the same time to have the best outcome. But
that's a big start.
He has one on the next player too. But nobody's over there to even clean up those kills. Mazer's doing a counter rotation and trying to make it to this A-hill.
Think about how slow this round has been. Again, Mazer giving a lot of respect to their life count. And again, still a very big potential of an eco. If Sneak does go down here, but it looks as if the revive is good. Mazer looking to collapse in on NRG.
Ooh, that's a
nice
headshot.
headshot from
He can't peek.
Exclusive. Mental tries to roll away. For now, at least, NRG are holding well. As Hezi goes down,
Good
the team
save.
is there. Mazer, they've been so patient, so calculated, and now they collapse, and it forces NRG scrambling back to the only hill they control.
Oh, Morty's was on a flank, but his flank was a little too soon. He almost had him in a pinch, but got caught off guard, and that gives the win condition back to Mazer off time, but we're about to see this B hill get decapped. If Mazer can push the C hill, they recognize the next play.
They've got to be
Can Bora lead them?
So disciplined in this situation. Of course, Morty down to just his last respawn available, but the kill's still coming in Mazer's favor. They've managed to get themselves in towards the C hill. That's going to decap NRG again, forced to rotate out, just trying to buy themselves some time. But as the hill gets capped, Swarm will still have the advantage. This is an NRG win condition if it stays like this.
That was smart plays there by Ashes. I can already tell. He says, yo, just go decap. We'll get the win condition based off having a lead from the early game, and that's exactly what happened.
This is a big 1v2. Lava with a lot of work to be done, and I don't think he's going to be able to get it done. NRG wrap over towards A, and the kills elsewhere coming through. B is being decapped, but is there enough time for anyone to get over towards the A hill? The answer is no. NRG will take round 3.
And kudos to them for getting it done. Lava on the other end almost kind of made the play, but NRG says, let's work smarter, not harder. This is a fight at the C hill in which we do not have to contest.
Right.
Summons went and got that break on the other end. At that point, it was just a rotation down low and to hold off.
Mazer were so close to catching out NRG. They were so close, but NRG scrambled away. As soon as they recognized, you know, we have a disadvantage in this fight, they have numbers, back away.
So this is going to be our last placement before the half. NRG wants a focal point. They want to put down a weapon that's going to be at the neutral hill, and that's going to be the torque bow. On the flip end, Mazer said, you know what, we want to do a center line placement as well. So we get a sniper down low on the other end of the map. I do want to say kudos to Hezi for protecting his respawns, getting up to round number 4. Mortified did a good job as well. He's going to have 2 for this round, so he has 3 lives total with the one that he just spawned in. So this is good for Mazer to tie it up going into the half.
You want to see them tied up, though. That's the key, right? Don't let NRG get too much momentum in this game as Sneak landing some shots. The down does come through. It's going to force Solars to try and get the revive. Sneak still putting shots in from afar.
Praise wants to, he says, I dare you to peek.
Well, Torque's on its way, so maybe Exclusive says, I dare you to beat me. Praise tries to keep his head down.
They tried to get the splash damage on top of the cover. Good communication there by the boys on Mazer, but couldn't make the play. But you see the sight line that Exclusive has across the map to save his teammates if need be. Let's see what kind of plays he can make with the torque bolt. Can he thread the needle?
Oh!
He can!
So about threading the needle, Praise says, I hear you, Reverend. Where you at? Where you at? Instant headshot, beautiful shot, and of course that will give a little bit of extra cover over towards the A side of NRG. Want to try and break. He's swinging a miss on that one. But at least he's shooting the sniper as he gets the down onto Mortifies, and now NRG converge. This hill should be theirs. Despite a crazy play as Sneak will take summons to the grave with Hezi.
Mazer has the lead early on. Now, this is where you gotta be careful. Like, we're seeing how the torque bow and the sniper has these long-range sight lines on a map like Vasgar. The domination's coming through, but the B hill looks good. The B hill looks good for Mazer.
And Hezi just needs to escape here. If Hezi can get out with his life, that's a big, big play. Just because his teammates obviously win the fight across the map, he doesn't want to just uselessly give away his life. Now, get on Morty. Still
if we can look at the overhead map, I'm curious of when the new power weapons are going to come up. I see Sneak with torque bow in hand. He might already have it. Those weapon respawn timers play such a huge factor, but they should be up soon.
As it stands, NRG still in the driver's seat. 2-1 hill advantage and the point lead as well. Mazer are going to have about time if they play relatively slowly here for one good calculated push, but Explosive, you've got to watch your angles. Sneak says thank you very much, and that's actually 2 players down on the side of NRG. And now Mazer, they can fly. You have numbers, force your 2v1s. As the big fight going on for Hezi. Hezi will shut down Praise, and now it's all down to A. Mazer have turned this round on its head, but it isn't over. Soul is still alive. Up top as is Explosive.
Summons clutched up with explosives as well. He had a little bit of that retro lancer. He backpedaled, knowing his teammate was coming off respawn. And Summons, he's going to get his favorite power weapon, his sniper as well, off the other end. NRG, they have the lead. They just got to hold it.
And that's why you really... Oh, Summons with the headshot on
around the corner. He's looking for the second one. He knows the bow is there.
This is where, Mazer, you got to be quick. You got 8 seconds to try and make the play. Summons hits the body shot and instantly flies at Sneak. Sneak will go down, and with that, the round is over. NRG playing like NRG.
Man, Praise getting a few key snipes. You see him right there, representing New York, where some of the best Gears players in the world come from, as we know.
Oh, do we?
Oh, yeah, we do. Oh, man, this is where you thought he was going to find something, some type of shot, but Praise, we get to see it from his angle. He says, oh, there you go.
Oh!
Catch it right there. He heard him revving. He just had to go hunting for a second. And
This
then
is a nasty
Sneak,
shot, too.
with the payback, allowed Summons to go down as well. It looked like Mazer was going to have a great push. But now, this is halftime, folks. NRG leads 3-1. All the same power weapons will stay on the map.
And, of course, our respawn count will reset. Everyone back at 4. And honestly, you really, really want to see Mazer come out strong in this round, but it is NRG with full momentum. I want to send it over to an Astro Gaming listening with NRG.
Back. Way back. I moved up, bro. I moved up. I moved up. I'm moving up.
They're pushing E. They're pushing E.
Run away east side. Run away east side. Run away east side.
Looks
Can
like
you
they're
guys wave it? Can you guys wave it?
Yeah, we are.
I'm bringing power over there. I'm
Been cut already,
getting
been
fucking
cut.
ripped. I might go down.
Kill Sneak.
They want me. They want me.
We're on the
You guys
hill,
look at
we're on the hill,
Has he sprayed up on me?
We have
I'm
two
on
here, we
one.
have two here.
I'm on one.
We have two
I'm on
here,
shot.
we
I'm
have
hurt.
two
I'm
here.
hurt. I'm down. I'm down.
Yeah, I'm about to flash the thing in the
No, I
back.
think you jumped on middle.
Yo, let's play up on these kids. No, let's play up on east side. No.
How?
There's
Back,
only
back,
We're on
back,
the hill.
two,
We're on the
two,
hill.
Back up. Oh,
I'm
yeah.
off the ridge.
Fucking freeze, guys. We have 2 hills.
Don't come in there. Don't go down.
I'll grab that red.
I'm grabbing retro. I'm about to grab retro.
Moved up on me. Moved up on me.
Harambe, by the way. Harambe.
Alright, bet.
Are we gonna
Outside, yeah.
Are we holding theirs?
I'm pulling up. I'm coming with the retro and a flash.
Three
I'm coming with the
here,
retro and a flash. There's gonna be
Bring
4
flash,
on
bring
here. 4 on here. 4 on here.
I'm stunned already. I can't help you.
3 on the hill. 4 on the hill. 4 on the
I'm throwing flash on the
hill.
hill. I'm
4 on
throwing
the
flash on the
hill.
hill, guys.
Sleeveless was hurt. Sleeveless was hurt.
Where has he?
They only broke here.
Has he hurt? Has he down? Has he down? Has he hurt? Has he hurt?
Down the cut.
Alright, well,
What's
we're
on me?
gonna get one already. Get one.
More shot, Brian. Nice, Brian.
Nice.
Big cut.
2 more. They're both hurt. They're both hurt.
Look at mid.
One hop out! Fuck the mid kid!
One shot mid. For mid.
So hurt.
So mid. So one shot mid.
Down,
One shot mid.
Y'all spawn.
Alright, we're good. Reset.
Good
shit, boys. Good shit.
Hold two, long spawns.
We're on the hill.
Long spawns, 3 dead.
Don't
Hold
get
two.
wiped. That's all we need to do. Don't get wiped.
I'm holding ours. I'm holding
Just
ours.
score, baby. Do you have a counter?
No.
Where's that? Ult
Let me know if you need help.
I say,
Yo, look.
oh, they're gonna leave.
They're holding their spawn. Yo, these kids are holding their spawn.
That
Yo,
means they're gonna
let's
leave.
play free. Yeah, I think so.
I think you guys should all go to our
There's
hill.
one in this one.
Let's wait for the kills on E. I think.
Should we
I
wait for
think we should wait for the kills on E.
Yo, all
Snipe
three
to 5,
alive, bro.
snipe to
Yo,
5.
they're not spawning on some weird shit.
No,
Just
they are.
chill.
These kids have 4, bro. These kids have 4.
Yeah, no. Alright, now they are.
Alright, they have new bow.
Holding ours.
They're just ready.
Exclusive is new bow.
Yo,
they
if
push-
they push us, get to me and
Nice!
They have our spawn. They have our
Good
spawn.
snipe, Billy.
We're chilling.
Yeah, 3 our spawn.
Oh, yeah,
only
yeah,
one
one
there.
there.
1 E max, 1 E max.
I'm running on mid. I ran out mid. I'm going E. Matter of fact,
Nice little listening there to NRG as the fight commences. It looks good for them
It's
to
not
win
over
this
yet,
round
though.
as well. Summons
might
on
be
cleanup
over.
crew. The D hill will be capped, as will the E hill. This round is done and dusted. And one interesting little takeaway there from that was you heard explosive. You heard the rest of NRG as well. I think it was Solar saying they're not spawning. They're holding their spawns. They're holding the spawns. Obviously, you want to value your spawn life, but you do get one free respawn
You do
every
get the
round.
one free one, right? Because, you spawn in, then you get a chance to use the spawn, and you're going to have 3. And at that point, you'll get 1 back to have 4. But
Right.
3 is okay for the next round as well.
You'll start the next round with full respawn. So,
But they don't want to make the same mistakes that they made in the first half a little bit because they did invest a lot. But still, regardless,
Right.
I did not see them in any difficult situations in the first half where I felt like spawns were going to make that big of a difference.
Either way, NRG just now 1 round away from picking up map number 1. Playing a very disciplined, controlled game.
And
Couple
also,
highlights
too,
from this round.
as those respawns get lower, it can affect how some strategies are thought in that round because we did see Mazer's strategy kind of change more into that Wolfpack strategy,
Right.
just so that they can all be there to protect each other's lives rather than more of an even 3-2 split.
Well, next round underway. Gonna kick off on board with Mortifies. I was able to shut down summons, but kills elsewhere.
Didn't see what the weapons got placed down, but we'll catch that in a bit. See if anything influential is there.
Oh, this is an important fight because it's now a 2 versus 1, and Mortifies will walk away with his life from that fight. Can he also cap up on
Morty
E?
gets it done. You say you got a chance to see him warm up today. That he was.
Oh, he was, let me tell you, laser focused. Hood was up. He was sat a couple inches away from the screen. Like, you could tell. The best part was Explosive was on a station right opposite. And you could tell every now and then he just kind of peeked over. He's like, yeah, I'm playing you today.
That torque ball is looking towards the other end up top. He's actually going to drop back, and it is Mortifies. He has it, and he's going to be trying to use that turbo to defend the E-Hail. As we see NRG, they need one. Morty revs it.
Oh, my Lord.
Solars lines it up.
So
Nice
many
shot, and that's a turbo on the ground as well. And you just see on a map like Vasgar, the way that this sniper can find angles, rotate, you got to keep your head on a swivel, and you got to keep tabs on this guy. And he sees his next target. And one thing that he's not doing, he's not zooming in because he does not want to get the notification of the light. Because looking at the other end, you have a light when you go into zoom on a scope mode.
Even if you only catch it for half a second in your peripheral vision, you then instantly know where the sniper is. You know the line of sight you can cover. By not ADSing, you just never know. You just don't know where he is at any point.
I love when his team switches out power weapons because Solars is going to be better with that turbo. Mental's going to be better with that sniper.
It just sounds so stupid because they're just so good with everything, right?
That is so true.
You put anything in their hands and they'll make it work. As NRG still with a 2-1 hill advantage. It is a Mazer lead, though, in terms of points, 163 to 94. And NRG are sniffing out now. Mazer, as they've been forced to rotate over towards E. And this is what you need to do here if you're Mazer. Just keep that rotation.
It's a game of rotations. You worked so hard to have such a good lead, but now NRG has to split to cut them off so Mazer doesn't keep out-rotating them. But this is where Mazer will find a man advantage. They just have to take it, and they get summons, and they get Solars as well.
That was perfect. Now you can just keep that rotation game going. Mental hits the snipe, but now you need an absolute miracle to try and survive in this situation. It's not going to happen. Morty will clean him up, and 50 seconds is the win condition, but this round, honestly, is going to be over a little quicker than that, I think. As the trip cap domination is teased, Sneak will find one. And, of course, if you're NRG here, there's absolutely no point spawning in.
No. Yeah, you got some players, you know, they got spawns to give, though, you know, because of what they did. You know, they got a few Adbreedic players that are not spawning in.
Mental is an explosive and praise.
Yeah, it's no point, regardless. You know, this is a Mazer round.
Yep.
It's going to be very difficult for NRG to get these other heals based off the momentum that they have.
I will say I was a little surprised to see someone spawn in, because he was the first one who had that opportunity when everyone kind of fell. He actually chose to respawn. It was the other three that decided against it. So could be a small thing, of course. Maybe if someone goes down to 0 lives remaining later on in the map, it could be something we can talk back about. But for now, at least, it doesn't matter too much.
And, you know, sometimes it's hard for NRG to predict that because they know that any one of their teammates can't possibly make the play, right?
You're like, oh, well, maybe we should have spawned in. But
for some people, you may need, like, you know, 40 seconds on the clock to kind of make a hero play to win a round. NRG, they may just need 20 based off their skill.
Right. I think it was Colin that was saying after you've been watching so much of NRG, their sweet spot is about 30 seconds. And about 30 seconds, if there's no win condition, they just hold their lives. There's no point. They don't want to give any advantage to the other team.
So after we have Marxa and Retro on opposite sides, and we have the power weapons along center line. Since then, both teams have chosen to prioritize giving their teammates utility grenades. But only one extra utility grenade for NRG. They put the Voltok in one of their players' hands, so they have the option to utilize that.
Explosive was just hunted down by NRG. 2 players flew at him. And now Sneak will be in front. Keep your eye on Praise, though, as he traverses the map, trying to find the line of sight with a sniper rifle. That's just why.
Don't you miss the snipe plays, Ben?
Out too much in the open, and Praise will make you pay. A much better start to this round here from NRG.
Yeah, beautiful work right there. So NRG, 2-1 hill setup. They're currently on a side of the map where their Retro Lancer is going to be spawning. They have a sniper spawn down low between the D and the F hills. They have a beautiful setup. One person watching the flank, all their attention on the F hill. First blood in this team fight, but Exclusive has something to say. Can Praise take out their turbo once again? He has 2 shots left in the clip.
Maybe just think about just trying to fly forward, land some shots with the shotgun. There's 4 players right in front of him. He almost gets the headshot on Exclusive. That's the confidence he's playing with. However, Mazer will clean up, and they are hunting Mental down. Can they find the kills quick enough, though, before players from NRG come off respawn? The answer is no. The reinforcements are here for NRG.
The teamwork from Mazer. They're on an assault, trying to get to this D-Hill, trying to force a round 9 and get this first map, Vincent. But NRG, the defense so strong on the D-Hill. NRG, they have the lead as well.
Oh, this is huge. If someone can win this 1v1 now, it would have been massive for NRG. They would have been able to collapse on the rest of the map, and it would have left just 1 player up.
And NRG did good. Even throughout all the chaos, they still tried to time 2 players on the ground, and they did so successfully. So now this lead's going to build up a little bit more. Mazer, they have to come out and they got to rush to this F hill and also make it around to the home hill of NRG at D, and they don't have much time.
Sneak has fallen. 40 seconds is the win condition currently in favor
They'll
of
buy themselves
NRG.
more time if they decap F.
60 seconds if they can. A big win for Lava. But he's so red. And he knows players are going to fly towards it. But the flank from Mortifies isn't going to be enough to support his teammate. The melee comes through. But they're both still up. They're both still up. 40 goes down though. And Hezi has dropped as well. Mazer are left scrambling off spawn. They have to use everything they have, but unfortunately for Sneak, he's pinned in a corner. NRG are flying, and NRG should be good to take it as Lava just breaks the hill, but the points are there. The map is over. Playing in your office when you got your pajamas on, you're feeling good, you know, you got a home-cooked meal from your parents, whatever the situation is. But here on the main stage against the most winningest team in probably console esports history, it's not easy, that's for sure. But game 2 underway for our series on the main stage. Can Mazer stay alive, or will NRG have business as usual?
Two different strategies from these teams. We're going to see NRG try to go for the quick cap at B. Mazer goes for control, and actually, I take that back. NRG goes for control in the middle. Mazer goes for the quick cap at B, but NRG, instead of even putting resources over there to even contest for the B hill, they wanted an automatic home hill setup, and they're going to acquire it. The home hill setup on the first half of the map, just see how close that C hill and that A hill is. It's just an easy setup to hold. We're seeing it right now.
Right, Sneak, of course, he's going to stay for his 1v1 over towards B, but the rest of his teammates have to win the fight over towards the home hill, and unfortunately for Explosive, I don't think he was able to take that player down to the grave, but the support fire from Summons cross map is enough for Hezi to go down. Is it enough, though, for NRG to hold the hill while Morty tracks back, picks up his teammate, and Mazer will retake their home?
And Mazer will also get control of trading posts. You see, it's just this part right here. You can hop out, but you can't hop in. 2 ways out, 1 way in. But he has a good sight line on this neutral hill at B if he wants to support his teammates. But he needs some help from the front lines. He only has 1 player watching his back. The rest of the Mazer members are on the other side of the map at B. This is going to give NRG the right to do the exact same push in which they did off the initial, but they don't have the intel yet, and that's what they're trying to figure out.
I think Summons really is a key here for NRG because he's watching any OE, any flank. Someone from Mazer wants to get sneaky, but Morty is dealt with. And instantly, you see Mazer have to track back towards our home hill. Summons still alive with 2 players of Mazer over towards that B hill.
This is where Bora needs to come in clutch for Mazer, making sure that he has his guys in the right place when they need to be. Lava was a little slow in that rotation to go get your trading post. It was almost as if they did not expect NRG to push that side of the map.
But this is the play. This is the play I was thinking, right? You have 1 player OE, put pressure on NRG's home hill. A decap at least would be big enough.
They got to win the fight, but he goes down, so NRG's home hill will be safe, and they fighting a big battle on Mazer's home hill. They're picking up a few downs, but Morty's coming up clutch. They're pushing him back. Hezi finds a kill as well, so C hill stays in favor of Mazer.
B's going to be lost, though, so if you're Mazer here, you have to fly straight towards NRG's home, and Mental recognizes he's going to have a lot of work to do here. What is now a 1v2? Is the support coming, or does Mental have to make the play? Time is ticking. 185 to 170, still the advantage for Mazer, and now in flies Mental. Has the support of teammates shooting over the top, and I think NRG will get their home hill back, and I'm not sure Mazer has done enough just yet to win the round.
I'm like lost how Explosive got a headshot. I don't know where that player may have been on his last down and it was a pistol headshot. That's the only thing I can think of, because this is round number 1. No power weapons on the map.
And that B cap now is going to be absolutely crucial because NRG have flooded over towards Mazer's home hill. Keep your eye on the score. Still ticking away in the top left of the screen. 213 to 193. Can Mazer try and secure the B cap? Well, Solar's just done his best to try and keep it neutral for as long as possible. Mazer still with the lead. Summons could be the last hope here for NRG to keep that B hill neutral. But bear in mind, someone does have to push over towards C. Summons now. Another big 1v1. Can he win it?
Back A's for days. Sneak cleans it
down. It was so close. Mental now will have to produce a miracle, and it isn't gonna come. Mazer take round 1.
Oh man, it came down to that B hill in the end, and it got scrappy. But Mazer, they keep composure. I question some of their rotations throughout that map because they know how NRG likes to play it, but they stay cool, and this is why they are very talented at this map.
Honestly, I think that the key play there was just sneaking through B, getting on towards NRG's home hill, because then it forced that kind of merry-go-round of rotations just consistently through the map. And when you have the point lead, there's always going to be that situation where you can win off one. And that's when just having one player sneak through, just a decap, anything at all to disrupt the opposition's flow can win you a round.
And we'll see how we'll see how hard it's going to be for Mazer to take this one. Similar strategy. Mazer wants to prioritize B, something we kind of saw Simplicity do yesterday. NRG, home hills, trading post. They get one player in the cross, right? So they get one player in the cross would be difficult, and the nuisance at B to help Summons out. And we know he can take 1v2s for days. But the other players, they get a 3v2 on a home hill at the exact same time. But it's not enough support that Mental was able to put out there for Summons to stop Mazer from capping B.
And this is where you almost flip home hills. Mazer are going to collapse on towards NRGs. NRGs have capped up Mazers. You need to try and deal with Mental as quickly as possible, because you know players are going to be coming from behind your position. One is off spawn. That's going to be Summons. And Mental just trying to buy time, and he's actually taking Sneak down with him. Morty will fall as well. Lava now with some work to do as he finds one and backs away.
And he gets a second as well. Gets locked in. NRG is trying to take this before Lava can get any help, and that's the escape route. And he's just going to get back to his side of the map. He says, I'll give you guys trading post for now. We're going to get our home hill. We're going to push your side. The question is, do they want to push their side B hill? It looks like they're going to just set up in a standard 2-1.
The key throughout all of that was B actually stayed in Mazer control the entire time, so there was never any pressure of having forced to retake your home hill. You can system one and make sure you set up so well on B, because, I mean, look how hard it is to decap. It's a cap B is almost impossible when the other team is set up.
I wonder, is it that NRG used to fight over here at the B hill, but they could not match up with that fight on Mazer, and they chose to go towards the other end, or if Mazer did not want to fight the 4v4 team fight at trading post, something scrappy, and that's a typical Gears 4 fight. Put a boom in the middle, throw the smoke, something that we saw NRG win a lot of championships off of, and Mazer does not want to play their game in that sense.
No, they don't. Someone's still trying to find a way to decap B, but time is of the essence. 45 seconds. Mazer will take round two. Still B unable to be capped. Solar finds a nice angle. Put some shots down on towards Lava. Lava's going to have to respect that. Round still commences. Praise, of course, looking for some action over towards the home hill of Mazer. B finally able to be decapped. Now, is the cap itself going to be enough for NRG to win off two? Answer, no. No, it is not. Mazer still with the win condition.
Lava looking a little confused on where he needs to play. Can his teammate save him?
Hello?
Praise isolates 1v1s for days, and the pitch comes in. Mazer crumbles on the home hill and get rid of the lead. That's a total lap spin.
That is either miscommunication or just not dedicating yourself and isolating one specific fight. In that situation where you're being collapsed on as a team, you have to consciously pick one side. Which one is it going to be? The players coming from your home or the players coming from mid-map? You have to just together as a team take that fight, because there a player goes down and it was almost as if they had no idea Praise was here. Lava's caught out, and then all of a sudden you realize Praise is coming from this angle. Everyone else gets collapsed on from behind. Beautiful pinch from Solars. And everyone from Mazer is dead.
And looking at the mini-map, Solars was there by himself. One of these guys had to watch the flank. But most importantly, when the rotations was coming through, that's something that we kind of see Reciprocity doing. I give them a lot of slack for, right? When they sit back and they turtle, it looks so obvious.
Yeah.
When Mazer recognized they had the man advantage over there at the trading post, they should have pushed out to the home hill of NRG when they saw Solars there by himself. You don't have to stay there. You have such a huge lead.
Oh, either way, we head now to round three.
And that's what I want to see Bora become better at, to get them better in those situations and tell them, go, 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 don't stay there and get trapped.
That's where you just need clean communication, because that looked messy. Just from our POV there, that looked very, very messy. And you can only imagine the comms were just that. But Mazer start again in this round, as they have the last two. B and C controlled and a point lead.
Now, this round is going to start to slow down just a bit. 4 people from Mazer, they're sticking to their same strategy. They want to lock down this B hill and retake their home later. They love the angles in which they got, and we see the shot grenade on the map playing a huge influence when it comes down to zoning out these hills, blocking these lanes, and trapping out these NRG players. Mazer, they keep this hill, but we saw after the last round, they're going to have to hold that composure to the very end if they want to win off time.
That's the key word, composure. We talked about it at the very start. You have to stay composed against this NRG squad, because you make one mistake, they'll make you pay. Speaking of mistakes, though, a couple of NRG players have gone down. Mental left to try and produce the goods. Morty
they
will
stepped
shut
it up
him down.
in here. You know, I love the energy Mazer came out with in this round.
Bear in mind, Praise was And a pretty sneaky spot. I thought for a minute there, maybe he could try and cherry pick a kill, but he's going to be forced to back away.
And he's going to slowly back away, knowing that these players are looking, going to check each time and see if anybody wants to chase. He can turn around, get a quick shot, maybe a quick kill. That's one player that you do not want to chase around the map. You see him run and pull out that pistol.
153-82. Mazer again in the driver's seat. Big advantage developing. Now it's about holding. And what really crumbled last round was, of course, they lost B, and they lost it relatively early. Right now, the win condition, 35 seconds. Morty will go down. Lava has also been downed. It's Exclusive watching the home hill. The B hill, again, is so important here as Exclusive is just somehow dancing and darting between shots. He's still alive. Finally, Mental shuts him down. Mental wants to collapse. The trip cap is coming through. Again, Mazer have been caught off guard as they have to fly in towards B. Explosive recognizes playing his life here is going to be absolutely everything. He has support coming, and that support is from Mental. He's hit the flank, and Mazer don't see it coming. Lava forced to go for the revive, but Mental wants to take the fight. He goes down. Lava and Sneak survive.
And good job, Spindle, coming around, prioritizing the kill, shooting Sneak first, not the guy in front. He gets it down, but Mazer was doing some great micro spacing and managing there, shooting out the ice, blocking off explosives, and they had good comms.
Is it going to be enough? Because Mazer with one hill, they're fighting over towards C. The fight won by Praise, but he's got more work to do.
Big
Praise
fight
for the 1v2, but Morty has some support. Praise goes down. Mazer will decap C. They should be good. NRG choosing not to spawn in. Explosive Mentals and Solars will concede the round. Mazer 2-1 advantage, but even when they have these big leads, guy, when they have these 2-1 hill setups, they are being forced to work for every single point.
And that's what you expect, right? Championship Sunday, NRG. If you're gonna beat the best team in Gears Esports, you want to beat them at their best. Yo, no excuses. And this is prime time on the main stage, a best of 3, even a more pressure matchup in a single elimination bracket. So you know that this squad is going to be a difficult one, but this team has already prepared for the dogfight coming into this series.
And I want to see them give themselves that advantage now going into the second half. You don't want to have all this hard work basically mean nothing and go and tie 2-2. Give yourself the 1 round or 2 round advantage. It would be with a 3-1 advantage heading into the second half. Either way, last round of the first half underway. Exclusive caps up home, and again, the big fight for me, or the big contest, is always over towards B. The extra numbers Mazer consistently send over there, consistently gives them the advantage early game.
Mental gets overzealous a bit. Mazer had the extra guy. The down came through, the cap was there, and this time Mental is just going over there with summons off the start to try to help them. But his teammates, they tried to cut across middle.
Big flank.
NRG switched it up a bit, and the melee gets caught.
That was
Solars
beautiful.
goes down. The trip cap domination is here. Exclusives, Morty, can they win the fight? They
this is huge. This is so well executed from Mazer. It came from a little bit of a mistake from NRG. They said, all right, no, this time we're going to put resources. We're going to take the B fight. It doesn't work out. A quick flank comes through. The trip cap domination secured. And Mazer now sitting pretty 3-1 up here in game 2.
This was almost a 4-0 from Mazer on their best map in Icebound. They need to keep that in their head that, hey, just keep playing our game. What we're doing currently is working. We just have to get to map point. But then you do know, if anybody's coming back.
You got to close it out.
If anybody's coming back, it's the boys on the left side of that main stage.
And now I'm curious to see how the fight in the second half is going to be won, because the big advantage we pointed out for Mazer was they were consistently giving themselves that 2-1 hill advantage, sending multiple players over towards the mid-neutral hill. Now, though, of course, as you can see, it's going to be NRG contesting heavily on the east side of the map, which seems to be that kind of preferred fight they want to take.
And Mazer will match them finally. They said it's the second half. We didn't want to fight in the first half, but now we get to see this fight Now we get to see this fight for the next few rounds, and we can kind of dissect why didn't Mazer, go over there, but the scoreline kind of tells us, why. But I want to see how good they are at this 4v4 fight.
I mean, you can see the map control on that mini-map on the top right. Yes, it's not capped yet, but favorable control, at least, will be given to NRG. The blue arrows surrounding the E hill. For now, though, they don't want to cap it just yet.
This is where the secondary weapons on this map come into play. We didn't see no weapon placements there towards the second half, and if we see the overhead map in a bit, I'm curious to know, what is down there, but we'll catch it at some point.
Solars just got hit. Something packed the punch there. This time.
And it's just double shocks, and they're going to be halved. Okay, that's good to know. 60 seconds on each one, so that's going to be very influential when it comes down to the fight at the trading post. Both teams mirroring those matchups because they know how important it is.
And of course, Boltox as well, exclusive and explosive. That's probably what actually legged Soldiers because he's so weak. You heard
When it comes down to the Boltox with an active reload, it will do 99% damage to you at the body.
Ooh.
If you get hit with a flash grenade, that is 1%. Okay, so throw the
body
nade,
shot
get
flash.
the active, hit the head one time.
You make it sound so easy, but this round, of course, has slowed down drastically. And if it was to stay like this, Major would, of course, win by about a second and a half. Finally, NRG decided to try and cap a B, but was that the mistake? Major being so patient, now they surge forward, now they get control, but a big flank has happened on their home hill, so that was almost forced. They needed to get control of B.
They want NRG's home hill, but you got the ideal explosive. He takes 2 Boltox shots to the body. Not active reloads, but the players of Mazer are able to clean him up. Now, don't forget, they are on NRG's side of the map, so they have to be careful to not get pinched.
The big pinch is actually going to come from number 7 on that mini-map. I believe it's going to be exclusive. If he's quick, he could actually wrap around and retake control of his own home hill. It's a 3 versus 2, but he has to be fast. Someone's going to take a couple of shots as well. Unfortunately for exclusive, he doesn't land the last one, but he's done enough. He's done enough. Mazer retake control of the home hills. Mid-neutral is flipped, though. Back in control of NRG.
No point in chasing that. It's only one way down up top. It's either those side
Just
players
rotate. Go to
or
E.
taking that ramp. But he's like, hey, I'm going for the win. If those 2 players want to stay on that side of the map, he says number 6, number 8,
This is such a
Morty,
big fight.
Hezzy, you guys watch Mental and Summons. Sneak's going to go over there as well to pinch and make sure F is secured. But Lava, exclusive. I want to see these guys get together, get to a hill, get to E. Just hold the 2-to-1.
And Praise actually decides to back away from the E fight. He didn't want to take it. Doesn't have a choice now as he realizes he's outnumbered, but the reinforcements are coming as E is decapped. And if you're Mazer, this is fine. You don't even need to cap the hill. Keep it neutral for as long as possible, and you will win this round eventually. But Sneak lands a couple of shots, takes a couple of shots, backs away, as does Exclusive. Have they done the math right? Have they done it right? Will they win on 1? The answer is no, so they're forced now to go over to NRG's side of the map.
Work smarter, not harder. It comes to the rotations. Rather than fighting a fight at E, they rotate to the home hill. They knew it was an opening somewhere. They knew they had to leave and just had to outthink NRG, but
It's not over. It's not over
D
yet.
hill.
There's a 1v2 on D. It's going to come down to Mental. The man, the myth, the legend not going to get the job done. Can anyone else get there quick enough? 248. Can they touch the hill? The answer is no. Mazer lock it down on NRG's side of the map. And now they put themselves at that point.
that's the performance you want out of Hezzy. I said that I want to see this young man go off Benson, that double kill, securing the hill there, but more importantly, getting that kill on Mental as well. And so Mazer, they're at that map point, but they need to stay cool, calm, and collected. Do not feel like they do not need to get that taken care of. It looked like we might have a little issue there towards the main stage at the 4-1.
Raising his hand like he's at school. He's like, excuse me, ref. Excuse me. Something's not right.
But it looks like this is going to be a replay towards the round. Yeah, from Hezzy's point of view, he gets Mental, he gets the chunk over, he gets the pop shot, and that's a triple for the boy.
Even had time to emote at the end as well. Love to see it. Now the advantage in Mazer's hands, 4-1. Can you close it out? Can you take it to that game 3 again? It's worth mentioning everyone looked at the map set and said, game 2, that's Mazer's chance. That's their chance to extend the series and take it to a 3. Looks like we will have a little technical pause. All the players respecting, staying still in school.
I love how they just come together and it just makes the perfect circle. Say, oh,
but there's always one. There's always
one or two wall bouncing, right?
Yeah, it's Mental. He's just bouncing around.
Keeping those thumbs warm in spawn as they figure out what it is.
Mazer are perfectly static in spawn. You've got a couple of the NRG guys just bouncing around.
And also, I did just realize, too, is that those shot grenades are going to be just at 2 minutes. The weapon respawn timers were not half, but the drop shot being placed was huge. One team actually did not have theirs. We'll see what that is, but because that's going to be important, because I think that one team is going to be able to get their flash a minute sooner. Right. So possibly getting about maybe an extra 2 flashes on a map. You just got to make sure that you hold off on the initial when you have that type of advantage.
Right.
Slow down. You don't have to be too overzealous. Force your opponent to use their shot grenade first. And then at that point, advantage. You have 2 shot grenades to utilize to gain map control and also hold it as well.
Curious to see how this technical pause is actually going to affect the momentum of the game, because Mazer have been in the driver's seat. You hope to see it really not have any effect at all. It's only a small audio issue, I've just been told, so hopefully that gets resolved.
Thank God for Mason and
ASAP.
Poppy, right?
He's probably in the green room. He's probably not even doing his job.
We know Shady is putting some pep in that step to get it taken care of. But Mazer, they knew this has been a dogfight. They know that this map is not won just yet. Sometimes these technical timeouts can switch momentum, as we've seen
Can either
before.
aid you or it can massively hurt you. One of the two. You really hope to see, I mean, game 3. You want to see game 3s, of course, if you're a neutral.
Also, shout out to our amazing main stage ref, Nefertiri, as we see
Doing a good job.
getting it done. You know,
Just getting that
always locking
turnaround
it
real
down.
quick, real
Oh,
quick.
yeah. These players know not to mess with Nef.
No nonsense, that's for sure. And you see there, NRG just wanting to get back into the game, try and make the comeback. And that's the key here for Mazer. Yes, you have the lead, but make sure you still respect who you are playing against. This is the greatest team in Gears of War history, greatest team in console esports history in terms of what they have achieved. You look at their accomplishments, and it's just too long to even read. There's that many of them. Trophy shelf very, very full.
Those are your 2 IGLs right there for Mazer, exclusive Lava, making sure that they get the conversation in.
And I will say, I think it was Ryan who brought this up earlier on. He said the one thing he loves about this Mazer squad is Lava being the addition, because he's a player who's been there. He's been in those big time moments. He's been in those finals moments, and he knows what it takes to cross the final line, right? And that's something which can be tough. You can have great performances, but winning just takes that little bit extra.
And let's not forget, he's playing against his old teammates on the
Yes,
other
he is.
end. You know, he was a part of that Optic Gaming Dynasty squad when they first started to emerge, playing with that trio, of Summons, Mental, and Explosives over there with Kenny to kind of kick off the season.
And it's almost unfair because I feel like that's the storyline we always put on Lava, right? Whenever he's playing against either Up to Gaming or NRG, it's always, can you beat your former teammates? And he's been so unsuccessful for so long.
And you know what? But now he has finally found a group of
Exactly.
guys
Yes.
who know how to get it done, that he's built kind of around him. And we've watched the success of Mazer, right? Lava said that, he just has not had the teammates in the past to go out there
Which
and
I think is
contend
fair.
with his old teammates,
I
right?
think that's
they were the
perfectly
best
fair.
for a reason.
Right.
Exactly. But now I think he do have the missing
And you
pieces.
can kind of see it. You can kind of get that sense when you speak to him that he has that confidence back, that spark that he
100%.
once had. And I mean, you just have to feel the emotion if he does finally get one over his former teammates. It's going to be special to see.
And so also, too, is that we need to understand is that Mazer, at their best, is when their backs are against the wall. We've watched Mazer make multiple comebacks. We've watched Mazer send so many series to round 13, so many maps to round 13s in map 3. These boys do not know how to give up whatsoever. And they haven't even had to tap into that just yet. They have the 4-1 lead. They're feeling good. If we get to this map 3, oh my God.
See, it's a great trait to have, right? The ability to come back, but you would obviously much prefer to be winning maps a little easier, but
Yes.
it's still good to have in your locker. Still good to know the confidence that you're
Know that you
never
guys
truly
know.
beaten. You're never down and out. You can always find that little bit extra to force it the distance. And that's something, of course, that NRG know all too well.
It definitely is definitely important to have because, sometimes we'll see some players and they find themselves in a hole and they're defeated before they actually defeat it, know, and you can kind of feel that energy across the team. And that's where, having good IGLs, good coaches come into play is to keep the energy up across the board. Don't let rounds affect them. Things are going to happen,
I often look at coaches. I think that's the key for me. In those moments of, underperforming, in those moments of silence, that's the worst thing you want as a team. You never want it to be silent. Even if it's a little bit of small talk. It doesn't necessarily even have to be massively useful, but just someone talking all the time. Someone, I'm going to say that word again, guy, keeping the vibes of the team flowing. You want to see nothing but smiles, and it's not an easy job. You can see how hot-headed some of the players are on the circuit, right? To actually coach those players, to manage those players' personalities, keep them level-headed, cool, calm, and collected, not easy.
Yeah, we all know a lot about Ashes and how talented he is with this NRG roster, but new coaches in the scene like Vora and Crazy Train who are still in this tournament with their teams. It's one thing to make sure that your team is prepared coming in and you're making some things easier, but when it comes down to coaches being influential when it comes down to the mood of the squad, to keep them focused, to have that respect.
It's literally
and
the
come from a
conversation
coaching
we had.
role.
It's the conversation we had before we started casting. I think we were watching Crazy and said, it's all good and well having a spreadsheet, but a spreadsheet isn't going to help you when you get to a round 9 and you have to close it out. And to his credit, what a fantastic job he himself has done as a coach.
Man. It's been awesome to have him on a circuit.
As an emerging coach, I mean, you love to see. Obviously, it's always the players that get the spotlight. They're the ones playing, but it is nice to have those added extras, if you will, that can do such a good job. And more importantly, when you see the effect they actually have, it makes the world of difference.
I love seeing the coaches own that, just have ownership over that role and play an impact. And we've seen them get better over the last 3 seasons of Gears of War.
Hey, we got one of the best coaches on our desk now.
Yes, we do, right? We had to go steal one.
Just give us one. Give us
get that
some of that
perspective.
insight. As NRG still just trying to get confirmation of exactly what the issue is. Of course, it is on the Mazer side of things. I saw Mixamp Pappy, Shady on the stage, just trying to get that headset switched out.
And, it's Championship Sunday. You need the comms, okay?
Yes, you do. You do. More than any other day, that's for sure. Single elim, of course, don't forget here in San Diego. Lose.
I love
Go
how
home.
the trophy has the chains at the bottom of it.
I didn't realize. I thought that was a table at first, and I actually went up and I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, that's actually part of the trophy, right?
That's actually pretty cool. Has Mental finally stopped bouncing around? Is he good? He is.
Yeah.
All right. There we go. The round underway. Apologies about that short technical break, but Mazer, NRG, back at it again.
NRG is the one that is the team that put the drop shot down. So Mazer does have a shot grenade at 60 seconds, so they don't have to be too aggressive early on. The shot grenade is going to play a huge factor.
And you feel like that's NRG saying, all right, enough's enough. Take this fight now. We're going to force you to. Otherwise, we're going to try and escape with the drop. And that was the play for NRG, but they're caught. A few players go down. Soldiers, who had the drop
Explosive got up, though.
is down and out for the count. Mental is going to be 2v1. Not much he can do there. Summons is pinned in a corner as well. The drop comes down. Morty didn't see it. Praise connects with the shot, but all of a sudden, it's chaos at the start of this round.
That shot grenade almost picked up a triple down. NRG knew exactly what they wanted to do. I will say that Mazer has to be better, put in a better position, because it was a few key times right there where that shot grenade could have been thrown just a second earlier.
Still good, because of course it catches out drop shot, so they were okay for a second. The problem is, of course, Praise managed to get it out of that fight and, of course, keep it in his pocket.
And next thing, most important, the E-Hill is still not capped up.
Yes, that is absolutely crucial. And, of course, we find ourselves in the exact same situation we had last round.
So now that the drop shot's going to be in the hand of NRG, we talked about that shot grenade spawning a minute sooner than NRG's shot grenade because they chose not to mirror placements and put the drop down. We'll see what type of advantage that has because it should be popping up here soon.
Praise with one shot. Morty, you might want to move, brother. Or, just stand there. Yeah.
But did he get damage in for his teammates? He got some damage in on Lava, but Lava falls. Now the E-Hill finally going to be getting capped up, and this is actually some good timing for Mazer because you get the dropout, and now you're about to have another retake opportunity.
Problem is, you do have to survive the situation here. NRG want to push back and retake their home hill, pressure over towards E, so now the fight is going to have to be forced. Explosive more than happy to sit and try and buy a little bit of time.
One player trapped. He's telling his teammates, don't leave me yet, but the rest of the boys are making plays at trading posts.
Solars barely gets out of that situation. The E-Hill kept up. Mazer take control of D. That's their home hill. However, NRG, they don't want to give it up for free. Mental, joined by a teammate, trying to chase him down.
And he's just got to hold up top. NRG, Mazer has that lead because they didn't use the shot grenade, and new drop shot's going to be up soon as well.
I think it's on the floor now. It is indeed, and this is where that shot could come massively in handy. Explosive. Of course, he'd love to try and neutral the hill because as it stands, it is Mazer. Just teetering on their home hill, trying to fight for it. Still, though, the drop on the floor. NRG springing to life over towards E. The decap comes through, but Explosive knows he has to try and force the fight as he pushes straight through. He's isolated, but he does a good job. Finds one. Explosive looking for two. He was so close, but Exclusive shuts him down. Solars is there. He gets down as well. Have Mazer done enough to survive this skirmish? There's still players coming off spawn, trying to get their home hill, but Mental's done a good job of winning his 1v1, and because of that, Mazer cannot retake control of their home hill. A crucial 1v1, which we didn't get to see, but the mini-map highlighted it perfectly. Mental goes big for his team.
I just wanted to see Mazer not do too much there. And I honestly probably even would have just pushed out that trading post just a little bit further, right? As if you were about to go cap a home hill for NRG, only because you knew the play was the next drop shot, okay? So they didn't have to set up so cleanly in across the center line of the map.
So smart, so smart. You see NRG, they go for the shot grenade. Of course, they want to just try and get theirs on level playing field with Mazer. What did Mazer do? They say, we'll use our block.
And there they go. Just knowing that they had these few key opportunities to get that round win, right? So they give themselves 2 rounds of clear advantages. They didn't get the last one, but this is where that 1 round block comes into play.
Well, Prey starts things off with a nice first blood onto Morty, and instantly Sneak is left to back away. We find ourselves in the same stalemate we've had for the past couple of rounds. NRG looking to maybe try and sneak cap
You
E.
see, he's trying to pick it up at the furthest edge, closest to cover. Towards the end.
It was perfect. Just as NRG was about to try and get the cap, they're forced off the hill.
Now, don't forget, Mazer, the only team with a shot. They just need to make sure this E-Hill does not get decapped. I want to see 3 Lancers looking at the E-Hill. and there they go. There's my 3 Lancers on the wall, all 3 of them. It's like we double dog dare you to pick it up. And they're going to get that new shot off a respawn. But also, check this out. NRG knows when Mazer is going to go back and grab that shot. So it has to be number 9. It has to be Sneak who gets that so these players can keep their focus on the E-Hill.
That's the perfect call. And Sneak's going to do just that. It's ready for it, and this is where NRG are going to pounce. The timing guy was absolutely perfect.
The down is there, too. And Solars does stay alive.
And Sneak is trying to fly over to support his teammates. He's still neutral, a 2-point advantage for Mazer as things are. And the key for Sneak here is trying to stay out of sight. He doesn't want NRG to know where he is just yet, so that when they finally do try and spring into life, he can just Kobe that shot grenade right over the top of his team.
And I also want to see them kind of use this shot grenade kind of offensively if you can. Great bait. So only 1 drop there for NRG. Shot over the top. It may catch explosives a little bit, but he makes it away. And the lead is in Mazer's hand by just a few points. They know that we can just keep this neutral if we need to.
But look at what Mazer's done is they baited out that fight so long. Now they forced a 2v2 over towards the home hill of NRG. And was that enough to try and get resources away from mid-neutral? Well, it worked out, but they've wrapped all the way back. They don't want to necessarily go for it because they have to respect E, and that's a big down from Praise. Sneak falls, and is that going to be enough now for NRG to cap the hill?
It broke the defenses of NRG, but they quickly found a kill and they get back towards the E-Hill. Sneak just trying to do a little bit too much there on that end, but I respect them for trying to make the play because sometimes you need players on your team to get that first blood and open up the doors for the next push. Now NRG slows it down. New drop shot should be up soon, but don't forget, Mazer, they still have the shot grenade. The lead's still in their favor. They just need a better retake now.
Oh, the fight's going to be forced. Morty will go down. Praise with 1, Praise with 2. Praise with 3, looking for 1 more. Exclusive ruins the party for him, but unfortunately for Exclusive, he's the last man. As Hezi comes off spawn, the E-Hill fully controlled by NRG. The point lead is a big one. 200 to 160, the decap comes through. Mazer don't spawn in.
They know they got a few cracks. They know they got a few cracks at it. No team is in jeopardy with the respawns. This has been a slow, methodical, played out rounds over the last 2.
I'm scared for Mazer, guy. I'm scared for Mazer.
So what NRG has a block to utilize as well. So NRG could say, you know what, we want to use our block this round, but I think NRG knowing that they have to get to a round 9, that's where you save it. That's where you utilize that block to take out Mazer's shot grenade because the fight's not changing from trading posts. It's not changing from this side of the map, fighting for control.
And of course, Praise just doing Praise things. Left Exclusive by himself.
We'll see what the weapon selection is going to be at the start of the next round. And let's see. Smokes and flashes on the secondaries up top, I believe, they got placed. Yeah, double smokes, actually. So this is where those secondary weapons are going to start to get built up by each team as well.
Last few openings in the second half have been relatively slow-paced. Well, we get another one. Well, Home Hill's capped up. I think this time, the first time, NRG is actually going to have half a second lead here. So we'll see if maybe that pays any dividends towards the end of the round.
I think it definitely does pay some dividends, just knowing that, granted, it does make one team have to be the offensive team and the other one have to be the defensive one. And understanding which team that is when you're playing is so crucial because it just gets all the players on the same page now.
Lava's
trying to find a sweet spot. Forces some shots out. forcing NRG to keep their attention in this area. Now, it's Sneak and Mental on the other side of the map. They're in 1v1 scenarios at those home hills. They're not going to be doing much at all.
they're just relaxing a little bit, praying their team, of course, can come out and try and win the fight. The shot grenade is going to be used. Lava left, just making sure no one tries to push Morty. Covering the angle well.
They use that shock to get Praise up a little bit closer and get him into these pop shot cover fights. You see it? The damage he can put out.
Well, there's the revive, luckily enough, and the stun itself is going to throw out. That will connect. Drop has been picked up as well.
Over that.
Well, is the revive going to come in? I think it did just in the nick of time. The downs coming in from Summons and Explosive were great. The drop shot has been picked up. Summons wants to force the fight, but he's also going to go down. That's going to force Praise to fly forward. Now the fight's going to get chaotic. The drop shot goes in. Solus has to back away. He wanted to support his teammate Praise, who flew in to take the fight. He won the fight, and now Mazer stunned. Tripcap coming through. They have to do something. It's Exclusive who has to win the 1v1 against Billy. He does, and Mazer stay alive.
Man, that was a scrappy fight for the power weapon. Hezzy gets a clutch revive. He almost managed to get that double kill and get Mazer the fight at E, but it's still okay because they have one drop shot to use. And now we're going to see some smokes and flashes come out. Mazer goes for the retake at Trading Post.
50 seconds. NRG would tie it up. The decap is through. There's the drop. It connects against Explosive. The revive is there. Numerical advantage briefly at least.
The shock and the smoke.
In favor of Mazer, but there's a big 1v1. The Praise wins. Now it's another. He does go down. Mazer with the advantage. Solo's trying to get some support by a teammate. Joins him. E is being capped up. NRG, can they try and break? Solo's surging forward now.
Good job for Mazer on some of those body blocks to make sure their teammates got out, but it's a swarm team with the win condition. The kills are so important. Mazer, they can end it now. Praise, he have found the down. The E hill.
40 seconds. If NRG break E, the win condition flips back to them, and they've done just that. They recognize just keep it neutral, keep the pressure on, don't give this away for free. Mazer forced back onto E. Still, Mazer with the win condition, 35 seconds. Praise, though, has to try and take the fight.
Now Praise, he's going to have the flash grenade from his teammates. He's going in, looking for a triple, using that movement.
Just decap, it's perfect.
Keeping Mazer off guard,
Look
and
at
they
the
get the decap again, and they back up. They know what their win condition is. It is keeping Mazer from capping the E hill.
That's so big! That's so big! Exclusive kills Praise before he's able to decap. Mazer still with the advantage of Explosive. He's forced. He has to hunt down Lava, but Lava recognizes I can just try and rotate the trip cap. It's coming through. Mazer! They have done it surely. Unless NRG survived. D&E decap. Is anyone on the home hill? They're not. And Mazer will force a game 3. But regardless of the result, I think you can have your head held high.
All right, folks, it's map number 3. Bunker, Mazer versus NRG. Who's gonna make it to the semifinals?
It's an elimination game, guy.
It really is.
You lose, you're out here in San Diego. This for a spot in the semi-final where they kick things up with Mental. He had his moments so far here in San Diego, but boy, oh boy, if you're an NRG fan, you want him to have one hell of a game here in map 3.
Nah, you definitely do. And, you know, the winner of this one plays the winner of Reciprocity and Regal Reserve.
Last I heard, Rec were up in game 1, but that was a long time ago. So I don't know, that game could have been long done and dusted. We've been so invested in this one, and rightfully so. It hasn't disappointed if you're a neutral. NRG, though, will start off round number 1, getting control of B, thus 2-1 hill advantage in their favor.
So far, so good. NRG, this is the most in which you can get to kind of start this one off. A map like Bunker, you really don't see too many trip cap dominations, folks. You take a look at your mini map, it's a big distance between A to C, and on the other end, the home hills just go right to the top in those little pockets, and it's the same scenario. So we usually see this one off time in eliminations.
For me, Mazer have to start off strong. You want to keep that momentum flowing into game 3. Do not want to allow NRG to dictate the pace of game 3. Something that they were so good at. Hezzy tries to push forward. They've isolated Solars, but unfortunately for Hezzy, he's taking a lot of damage, and Solars will back away, but the collapse is coming in here from NRG. And you might not necessarily want to give away their home hill for free.
Yeah, 4-man push towards the home hill of NRG, Devil's Door, knocking on it, and they make it through. But we seeing the kills come through now. Hezzy falls, Morty falls. The home hill setup not really working. Still, some players of NRG towards the back end. That's 4 down. And NRG, even after getting that white, you're still not going to see them go across map for that domination. They're just going to reset up.
And that may partly be due to the fact they want to try and bleed out maybe a couple more lives as well.
If they can,
on the side of Mazer, because Mazer's made the decision to spawn in outside of Hezi, who again has a free spawn. There it is. He finally comes in.
If everybody else did, he does too.
So the big one to watch really is Lava and Exclusive. If either of those die, you expect them to just completely chalk out the rest of this round.
And we're seeing a stack. Oh, they caught Summons off guard. And I don't know how he didn't see it coming, because he was in a position to get some damage in on these players as they were pushing up the ramp. And it looks like Summons got it down towards the back that he was going to risk his life to try to clean up. But
15 seconds. 15 seconds. If you're Mazer, you got to go quick. And if you're mental, you recognize I don't even need to stay near the mid-neutral hill. You can concede that up for free. You don't necessarily even need to cap it right now. You're Mazer. The big play has to be over towards A. The blue arrows on the minimap are flying towards the home hill. 8 seconds, the win condition. They're trying to funnel in. And honestly, if you're explosive, leave that fight completely. Leave it.
They own it.
Fly towards B. The trip cap will come through, but the 1v1 now is going to surely be a B. And I think Explosive may have just won it anyway. The cap comes through. That was so smart from him. Recognizing through all the chaos, you see 4 players flying at you. You think, oh, crap. They're going straight towards our home hill. He says, don't even need to take the fight. I'm smarter than that. I'll go back to B.
it always takes for the player on the team of Mazer, whoever it is, the last spawn, to be hitting LB and recognize our home hill's capped, but nobody's watching. The only other possible way for us to lose this round, let me back up. Let me not push as far with the rest of the team and just kind of stay in the middle and see if anybody else tries to OE and decap that. And that's exactly what Explosives did. And multiple members was looking at them. They saw him go that way, but they did not want to double back for him.
And they're so difficult to judge in the chaos. Will he have enough time to get to B, etc., etc.? You have a player trying to push him as well. But either way, advantage NRG in game 3. Win round number 1. We head into round number 2.
Those are smoke grenades too down low. Double smokes. So they're going to be building those up into some precision weapons. We'll see what those are going to be. Now, NRG, they get the 50-yard line. Both teams still working for this initial. Nobody has won it just yet. Big fight at the B hill. One player will fall.
It's a big advantage again for NRG. However, as he's looking to try and nullify it, it's a 2v1. They have mental down. You do not want to allow them to get res for free. And now all of a sudden, they've funneled NRG in. Praise has to back away. Doesn't want to give away his life for free. They'll concede the B hill. Mazer now 2-1 hill advantage.
And smart moves to mortify as an exclusive to back up from up top, knowing that their teammates were winning some big battles at the B hill. So Mazer can kind of sit up in that 2-1, but I want them to slowly start getting these marks, figuring out where these players are, getting the comms right, and so also to try to retake bunker and put some pressure up there as well.
About really reading the situation and more importantly, understanding where NRG are set up in the situation and what you need to do should they fly towards your home hill or fly towards mid-neutral. It could be as easy as a rotation, or it could be as easy as take the fight, and it looks like that's going to be the game plan here as Explosive dances around the B hill, takes a couple of shots, but survives for now, full red. And so you Mazer are going to know it. They're going to want to try and hunt down Explosive, and he does fall. Sneak and Lava able to shut him down.
Now Sneak and Lava, they're backed up. You see they got Exclusive and Hezi behind them watching over their backs. It's going to be Mortifies watching a home hill win condition in favor of Mazer Gaming. NRG, they're going to be pushing out Mortifies. He has a 1v2. He gets it down. Almost gets the chunk. Looked good for a second, but now his teammates have to back up. That's a good job to NRG recognizing these numbers.
The problem is here for Mazer is they were kind of caught in between two minds. They didn't know whether to go back and take that fight or try and surge forward, and because of that, another player gets down. That's Exclusive, and this now gives NRG license to just collapse on towards B if they want, or continuously take the fight on their home hill. As it stands, NRG would win this round if it stays this way. Solars is going to be picked up by his teammates. Summons to the rescue. NRG still controlling the tempo of round 2.
And Summons being a nuisance on a home hill of Mazer. Mazer, I like it. You just need a decap. You need to be annoying. Try to get a different hill.
It's Sneak him up.
Multiple members of NRG are watching. They get the double down. One member, Sneak, gets through and gets to the hill. He's trying to decap and run away. Even has a smoke grenade on the other side. Well, this is the other hill, but multiple members of NRG had to go back.
That was 3 players from NRG. He managed to get all the way back towards his side. Bear in mind that B Hill is going to be untouched.
They get it in.
That was so crucial from Sneak. Not necessarily that he just got the decap, but the fact he stayed alive as long as he did, he forced 3 players back to deal with him. That's 3 less players elsewhere on the map.
And that was good. His teammate went down, and Sneak was super close to going down on his own.
So
but
close.
He knew, he said, it doesn't matter. I just need to stop you from getting points for a second. And he gets that win condition right there. Even NRG knew that they had kind of spread out earlier. And this was him.
That's a little later. Of course, he'd already made his way in and decapped the hill, but he crawled back and look at that. So sneaky. The players from NRG thought, oh, well, we've already kept it up. At this point, it doesn't really matter too much. You look at the score, but Sneak just chilling in the hill. Just like, I'll cap it up. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. And that was the main win condition there. So, okay, both teams going for the precision. Yo, check this out, man. We're about to have a double snipe setup on this map.
Don't excite me.
It's about to be looking like canals up in the building, folks, all right? Down low. I wonder who's going to be sniping from both sides, but it's going to be some crazy plays upcoming for us. So we're in for a treat now. As we see, both marks is going to be picked up from each side. And the team's going to line up across the center line. Nobody's going to, push for B just yet. They're going to wait till their marksers can get in better positions.
The one key here is exclusive. I think he has to value his life a little bit better. He's been caught out in the first 2 rounds, and because of that, 2 respawns available for him to use. So you're going to want to see him potentially just slow down the game plan. As it stands, though, we're back to our chess game, guy. It's
what Hezzy needs to do is he needs to hard aim summons the entire time. Anytime he peeks, you shoot, because you want summons to respect you. You want him to say, hey, you can't go rotate around the map this entire time. When you're up here, I'm the main focus, and that allows his teammates to get the job done without worrying about those shots. And if Summons wants to be overzealous and shoot, then that gives Hezzy the opportunity to get the kill.
Well, Hezzy's gone down. Hezzy's gone down. It was Solars that tried to assist, and unfortunately, Solars may have gone a little too far because he will be shut down. And because of that, Summons has been forced up to try and take a fight, which maybe he didn't want to take. But whilst that's going on, NRG have capped up B, but the fight's still going on. And honestly, Maze are happy to take this fight now.
Yes, they are. You see Praise just trying to get out. Exclusive Sneak on the hunt. Exclusive is in lava. Praise got to reload, only 2 shots in the clip. He only gets 3, not an active. Only has 3 more bullets there, and he goes down. So Mazer looking good with the 2-to-1 hill setup, and based off the mini-map, they don't want to push for too much.
That was a beautiful kind of reaction there from Mazer to recognize the situation, cap up B. As he still looking to try and spot Summons. The win condition comes in 70 seconds.
2 respawns for your IGL and explosive, so he can't, if he dies, I don't think he spawns in again based off how this matchup has been played out. But then again, it's been slow like that, so, NRG can be a team that can not more so win it off the initial.
If that win condition gets to about 30 seconds and Mazer's home hill is still fully capped up, I'd be very surprised to see NRG spawn in, unless, of course, there is someone already on that hill. For now, though, the fight at B still about to commence.
With the pace being as slow as it is, having those respawns is bad, but not as bad based off how these teams have been winning these rounds.
Big down, big down. Exclusive's going to have to back up and try and pick up Lava. He's going to go down himself.
Oh, he gets the revive.
Doesn't get it. Oh, he does just in the nick of time.
By Slither.
Oh, that was way too close for comfort.
That's why you got to stay close to your teammates at all times.
Mazer need to defend their home hill.
That's a confirmed kill.
There's no one in a position to overextend, so the challenge is going to have to come over towards B. The break has to come in for Morty. Surely someone touches it. They do. For now, Mazer stay alive, but keep your eye on the score because NRG now control the win condition, and I think they still
Morty
will.
At B, the B hill is going off. It's a big fight.
But it doesn't matter because as long as NRG can keep that hill neutral, they'll have a win condition.
It's a 2v2 fight at C now.
You're going to have to win it. You don't have a choice. Hezzy's going to have to try to take the fight, but he's full red. Exclusive now to join the party. Summons, buy time.
They need
it's
to fight
all
in the
you
hill.
need to do. A is being kept up as well. Mazer, they float
Morty
forward.
makes the play.
Oh, it was beautiful. Explosive is going to cap up A, but I don't think it's going to matter because the challenge comes in again from Sneak. It's a 1v2, but he's bought more time for Mazer. Mental has to break B, but is there anyone even close to C? There isn't. Mazer, beautiful rotations. Absolutely impeccable rotations.
That's what you want to see at these boys. That's their game. Slow, methodical plays, the rotations, the wolf pack, and they're so strong at it, Benson. And we saw they knew the win condition. Good job to Vora for backing them up,
3 players. They cap the hill. Morty makes a big play to overextend and decap the home hill of NRG, and that gives the final few points to Major.
You have to give Morty credit there. He takes the fight on B, wins the fight on B, proactive about the situation, recognizes, I gotta go and I gotta go quick, and then Sneak again, being a nuisance. That's how you can describe it. It's funny, his name is Sneaky. He's being sneaky right now. He's consistently forcing NRG to turn around and look at their home.
And now the weapon tree is going to go into 2 torque bows, not 2 snipes as I previously
You got me too excited.
I'll be getting myself excited. I'm trying to manifest these things, Benson, okay? But the 2 torque bows are going to be so important. You get 3 shots in that one for each squad. I can't wait to see how they're going to use them. Mental gets first blood off the initial.
Again, we find ourselves in a situation where Mazer could have such a big advantage in this game 3. Mental recognizing though, we want to go in the Harp, all tied up 2-2. The downs are coming through. Mental just flies forward. Sneak left by himself, but he's got 1, he's got 2, almost had 3. It took Praise to shut him down, but Sneak will delay the push from NRG.
And Solars gets 2 key torque bow kills as well off the initial, so this is going to slow down around a bit. You're going to have NRG, they're going to respawn up, fortify towards the B hill. You see them on the mini-map pressed up against the top side of the bunker to make it difficult for Mazer. These torque bows are going to be on a 1:20 respawn timer, so they're a little bit less now, probably just under a minute. So each of these teams is just going to wait for them to get the power weapons to utilize to on the push.
Mazer have to break. It is on them to push NRG.
He's 2 for 2 with the torque bow, and he only had 3 shots off the start.
Like those stats, but he's tagged up. Has to just find cover. 60 seconds, NRG will take this round. We'll be all square going into the second half, and Solar's recognizing, well, I don't want anyone to push the home hill. It's been Sneak traditionally so far. He backs up.
Also, they want to set up for more ammo as well.
The play has to come in soon for Mazer. Time's ticking.
Oh, they flood one in and they find a kill.
But they have to watch the flank.
Oh, just missed, and he had a double lined up. Can he get a kill and take one to the grave?
But Lava has support, so Solars is actually going to go down. Now Mazer, can you actually cap up the home hill of NRG? It's a 2v2 briefly. Lava's taken a lot of damage, has the support of a teammate.
You gotta be careful.
Unfortunately, the team kill comes through, so Lava now forced to try and take a 2 versus 3. He goes down. Exclusive. What has he got? There's 1. Almost finds 2, but the meat shield just too much. Elsewhere on the map, this round should be done and dusted. Prey secures the mid-neutral hill with the beautiful 2-piece. Guy, this almost feels like a grand final. How the hell is this a quarterfinal?
We'll say this is the Pro League Grand Final, Benson's. The best teams in North American, Bravo and Alpha. You saw Lava, crucial team kill there. You got to be careful, especially when you're fighting 2v1s.
Yeah.
It's usually the teammate in front goes wide, but the teammate in the back knows that he just has to be careful.
A little bit of trigger discipline.
Exactly, but hey, 2-2 going into the half, and we will have a new set of hills, so that neutral hill moves up top to the bunker. All respawns increase. No power weapons placed this round, so we will just have those torque bow downs for both teams to utilize, and now they get to use it fighting for the E hill.
Well, Mazer with a big chance of causing a massive upset, tied 2-2. Want to set it now to an Astro Gaming listening with Mazer.
Alright, I backed up. I don't
two.
know where they are though.
Yeah, we have the point.
I'm pretty sure there's 2 underpasses.
Oh, my kid's on plat. But he's going back to plat.
How many boats left? 2? 2. Probably not even
Yo,
one.
they haven't even went to the hill yet, bro. Nobody's
Focusy. Watch your left, I know. Focusy.
I'm looking at
Sorry.
I got you left. I'm shooting your left. I'm shooting your left too.
Push it! Oh, I'm dead. Wait, focus. So what's push you.
You guys have 3. You guys
Come here,
have
nice. Another one.
Yo, they're gonna be counter.
One shot. Shoot the hill. Cap.
Yo, I'm
I got you left.
Go.
Sorry.
Yo,
You left, push left.
there's 2 underpass.
One alone across. He's alone. I'm one shot.
I killed Square.
Nice.
Underpass. I'm shooting underpass. I'm shooting underpass. I got underpass. I have a teammate.
Kill him.
Wait, I don't know where he is.
He's on the sub plat.
Don't me.
Another one mid.
I'm break, baby.
Watch out.
Someone's hurt.
I got him.
Watch out, someone.
I'm left.
Down. Yo, in front of you. Hiding on your right.
Hiding. Watch out. Let's go. Where are we?
I'm climbing the top.
Let's
Only 2.
I'm pushing left.
Mason's out 2 guys.
Got him.
He's hurt. Break.
Got him. Let's go. One more. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Baby. 2 more fucking rounds. 2 more rounds. Let's go.
Guy, we can't help but notice the discipline.
The wolf pack.
The discipline from Mazer. The retake on the E-Hill, first and foremost, was incredible. Isolating advantages, small ones, and turning them into big ones elsewhere on the map. That was fantastic way to start this second half for Mazer.
All I say is that if you're a Mazer fan, now is the better time than any to rally and give these guys your energy, because Mazer is looking to do something that we know is so hard to do, and do it for the first major of the season. And that's sitting NRG home. They're 2 rounds away. NRG, this is where they have to be perfect.
And that's a mirror match there in weapon placement. The respawn time on the weapon, halved from both, so what effect will that have? Of course, when Source summons, I believe it being so potent with it.
On the flip end, if you're an NRG fan, they need your energy before they get to this match point. They don't want to get to that point, Vincent.
No,
they don't want to see that 4 pop up on the scoreboard. They have to win this round.
But the scary thing was the team play and discipline from Mazer was just
Solar,
better.
so good.
It was just
so
better.
good.
Oh, Solar's with 2. And just when you feel like Mazer may have got a little bit of momentum, he's there to shut it down himself.
Oh, catch one. Where you running, Hezzy?
Solar's just taking over the E-Hill. You almost feel bad for Mazer after that. They would have been surging forward, and one man
I love it. Take it wide
stops
before the respawn can get there. He's telling his teammate, I'm going wide, and Hezzy knows just by him going that direction to just back up. Yep. Don't even chance trying to go for the pistol battle. Rotate, the teammates are here. Now they have the man advantage, but I take that back. The mini-map is a 4v4 fight at top phone.
Oh, and Exclusive wants to try and force the fight. Unfortunately for Solars, he can't have much of an effect. He now might actually be forced to back away, because here comes Mazer flying towards the E-Hill. The decap has come through. Solars does have some support, but it's not enough. Morty finds one. Exclusive goes down. Explosive just has to buy a little bit of time as he rolls backwards, but there's 3 players in front of him. He drops as well. It's
Stop
Lava,
the bleeding, stop the bleeding.
Teammate that pushes him, and now Mazer retake control of the map. 2-1 Hill advantage in their favor.
Mazer slows it down. Now these torque balls about to come up soon. Morty gets his. Solars, we know he's picking up the next one. If he's not, Ash just needs to do some better coaching, because that man has not missed a shot pretty much with that weapon.
70 seconds. Mazer in control to potentially put yourselves at match point.
We see a mismatch up top. Number 9 and 0, that's Praise and Explosives. They're thinking about maybe pushing that side of the map. You're going to have your IGL trying to see what type of push he can set up. Does he go up the mid-ramp and collapse on Bunker? Does he push all the way through and try to get to the home hill from a different angle and draw some forces back and open up some shots for Solars?
And this is where timing is going to be so important for Mazer. Can you time this well enough where when that push eventually comes through Solars, are you kidding me? Another connection with the torque. But for me, you need to be so careful here if you're Mazer, because you still want the win condition. As Lava tries to back away, Solar's not able to connect with that one. Does the win condition change? It does not. Mazer, 60 seconds now to hold on to just 1 hill, but look at what's happened. They've rotated towards the home hill of NRG, putting pressure on the other side of the map. NRG is now going to have to split resources if they want to try and win it, but Mazer, the defense is there, the cavalry is there. They shut it down on the home hill, and that may just be enough to push them to a match point here in the quarterfinals.
Mazer trying to get it done. I told you, being when their backs against the wall, they play amazing. And I guess technically their backs was against the wall after losing map number 1. And pretty much your Pro League finals, technically.
We have seen so many teams.
Well, not technically, but kind of.
So many teams get to this point and fail to get that final round.
Yeah.
Mazer, can you be the ones to do it?
They give their front spawn a flash grenade, and Explosives gives himself a Botox. So he's going to be more productive on the map for NRG. On the flip end, Morty with that front spawn, he's going to try to do something big with that flash grenade as well. But Explosives, we got to watch him for NRG. We got to see if they can probably get this to a round 9 and NRG come out on top.
Quick glance at the live count, the spawns, it's pretty much even. Everyone doing well, just managing them. But for Mazer now, can you do it? Can you push yourselves over the finish line before NRG make this comeback? Again, the game slows down to a snail's pace. Neither team needing to push E just yet.
And so technically, NRG has a slight lead when it comes down to the points. Technically makes them a defensive team, but Mazer was such a, they have the 4-2 lead. They're technically kind of a defensive team in my eyes, but you see the flashes come out the other end.
Here's the force. Mortifies wants to try and get in the action, and he finds first blood. Mental goes down. Solars again, though, with the torque has just been so perfect. He catches Exclusive, but Summons goes down. Explosive somehow stays up, gets the meat shield. Praise is there as well to assist. E will be capped up here by NRG, and now Mazer. Now they become the team that really need to try and get the break.
And they get one on a home hill. Benson, the overextension. Sneaky, right? Decaps runs away, but his teammates, that drew a lot of people back to the home hill, so his teammates manages to get set up to the E hill.
But you have to be careful because Sneak is still lingering around, potentially a rotation to the home hill. Keep your eye on number 3 on the mini-map, because if he does go for that, it's going to be very, very scary for NRG, who are funneled now in towards the fight. And now Sneaky's going to try and hit the flank. Mental needs to be careful. The team kill does come through. Praise and Explosive both with downs. Mental goes big, though. Surely we can find the last kill. They will. He is decapped.
He's about that life. Exclusive, trying to even the odds, but he gets crossed out.
I respect the effort, I do, but it's not going to be enough. Morty, last man up. Will his teammates choose to respawn? Yes, they will. They're not giving this one up just yet. 70 seconds. NRG get one round closer to tying things up.
And you know what Mazer is going to do is that they know that NRG does not know exactly where they are, so they're going to group everybody up and push together towards the home hill.
Oh, Solars with the rotation of the torque bow to the home hill. I love it. He gets one, puts a cutoff bow there. He has another one in the chamber as well to stop this push.
Now Sneak, if necessary, could choose to spawn in here, and he has. That tells you Mazer are going to go for this fight. They need to be quick. 30 seconds on the clock. Lava looking to just try and find any angle he can, but he's so red and so weak, he has to back away. In flies Morty. Morty goes down. They're going to have to push forward. NRG should be able to read this, but the down comes through. It's 2. Can it potentially be 3? NRG could be in serious trouble because there's now going to be a big fight over towards E.
The E-hill.
It comes down to Sneak.
The E-hill. Praise, Summons, can they get it done?
It's a 3 versus 2. Sneak with torque. Can he at least get to the E-hill? No! Praise catches him off guard. Now a 2v2. Mazer are inside E, but the reinforcements from NRG, they're flying towards their home hill. That's now the fight.
Hills get capped up.
233, 210.
The Swarm team will win.
15 seconds for Mazer to get back over to NRG's home hill. Can they touch it? Can they break it? NRG truly on the back foot. The answer is no. No one respawned. It was down to Exclusive. He was by himself. Mazer do not want to invest more resources into that round, but by God, was that close.
It was so close. NRG, a few heartbeats being skipped on that side of the main stage, but they keep it cool, calm, and collected. They get the home hill back on a retake, but man, that was close.
I will say, the saving grace for Mazer was they forced NRG to use more lives, to respawn. They had to. Tournament life is on the line. You cannot risk that. You cannot risk it whatsoever.
Especially in a chess match, they're going to go for the counter blocks in this round. And so no more torque bows, no power weapons whatsoever on the map. It's going to be a clean one. Just explosives, Botox, and the extra utility grenade that you see on the side of Mazer Gaming.
Thank God for Solars is missing.
He really not.
No, man, I'm pretty sure it's like right now about a 60% ratio.
And NRG knew if they didn't do the block, Mazer would have did the block eventually.
Yep, so you absolutely have to do it, and it makes sense to mirror it now. The round develops. Will we see a round number 9? Will Explosive and Praise both find kills? In goes Exclusive. Can he find 2? No, he cannot. That's going to leave Sneak last man up momentarily. I think for NRG, though, they're just going to fly. They're going to surge.
They just need to make sure they do not get wiped. They need to make sure that they at least keep one alive at all times. Sneak knows what he needs to look out for.
Well, they've respawned. They've respawned, and bear in mind, Morty is down to just 1 respawn left. That is a big, big decision in a round which, off the rip at least, NRG just completely controlled.
And he has that extra utility grenade for the squad. So Morty needs to do a good job of protecting his life, and that's going to start with Mazer slowing down the pace of this game, but they're already prioritizing these home hills. NRG trying to get them in a pinch. Mazer looking for anything. They're trying to kick the front door open.
I respect it, but you have to watch the flank. It could just come from Summons. Morty does find himself a down. Lava's there as well, but the shot's coming from Summons, who backtracked himself to set up a sneaky little flank. It's now a 3 versus 2 on the home hill. Summon still alive. Finally, he goes down. F will be kept up.
Morty ain't playing around. He about that life, Vincent.
Which is crazy considering he only has 1 respawn left. You
He
would
don't
expect
care.
him to
He
value.
knows what he needs to do for his team. Get in, get the kills. Mazer, they do a good job getting this home hill.
Now, this is where you want to see Mazer potentially collapse on towards the E hill. For now, you can at least chip away at the lead, and of course, the win condition in your favor.
I want to see number 5 move up just a little bit more. Hezi can get more map. They're leaving
gonna go
their
for it
team.
now.
They're leaving their teammates at a disadvantage.
Just stay
They
alive.
need to come in map and get E, and they recognize it. They don't have
So
to fight
good.
for this.
It's
They just
so
need
good.
the E hill and keep a 2-1.
And that's exactly what they're going to try and do. The decap comes through and the kill comes through as well. That is a
Great
huge
rotation.
play from Mazer. He should be kept up again. NRG, though, have to react quickly, and the best reaction would be to fly towards Mazer's home hill. 4 players from NRG darting towards D.
Oh, and Mazer sends the cavalry as well. A big team fight about to break out on top of the D hill, Vincent. They have 3 players there with the Lantern. NRG might try to do something similar where they try to fake the push and cut middle, but they need to make that soon.
But keep your eye on Mental. Mental doesn't want to join the fight just yet because he's so worried about what could happen on his home hill. Elsewhere, right here on the home hill of Mazer, the fight commences. Solars is down. He's cleaned up as well, potentially Larva drops as well. Morty finds one, gets the kill before he drops, but NRG are there. They will
Mental,
retake
he has to
control of
hold
D.
off a big fight. And he gets out-rotated. Hezi makes a good one. He gets to heal decap. Big fight at E. Sneak has to hold him off.
The score, 225,
3v1 at D.
FF will be secured though, keep your eye on that. Mazer trying to play the out rotation, the 1v1 is huge.
They need to just fight in the hill.
It could come down to Hezi on the home hill. This is so close. NRG, your life on the line. You need to decap. Lava with 1, Lava with 2. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. The
They
Kings.
come out swinging and get it done. Sends NRG